7 a.m. on a Monday morning, the start of a new work week. As you sip your morning coffee, you probably never give much thought to how it gets to your cup.
Coffee's an amazing product. There's so much romance involved with going out into the jungles, all the way to the cafe where you have a very skilled barista making that coffee. Coffee is a great elixir that encourages social activity, it facilitates conversation.
Phil Beatty thinks about coffee all the time. As a coffee buyer for Dillanos, a small roaster outside Seattle, his beans are enjoyed by thousands in specialty coffee shops and grocery stores across the country.
We keep about 2 weeks on hand, so it's about 120,000 pounds of coffee.
It's a job that requires many months away from home in faraway places.
Most of the time I'm traveling around Central and South America, East Africa, even the South Pacific to find the very best coffees.
When you look at a bag of coffee from some far-off place and you realize everything that was involved in getting it here, what do you think about?
You know, for me, this coffee, this bag, gives me a great, deep sense of responsibility. But there are so many people and so many hands that have influenced this coffee and how it got to me.
We wanted to see for ourselves where the supply chain begins, how coffee beans grown thousands of miles away eventually become your morning fix. We followed Beatty to northern Peru, over the Andes Mountains, home to some of the world's highest quality beans. The 11-hour plane ride turned out to be the easiest part of our trip. We land 500 miles north of Lima, in Tarapoto, the gateway to Peru's Amazon basin.
Finally in Tarapoto.
A place where just getting around can be an adventure.
The first time I went to Origin to see coffee being harvested and grown, I was blown away.
This is a long way from Washington State.
It's definitely a change of scenery, change of culture.
For Beatty, it's just another day on the job. He travels 150,000 miles a year in search of the best coffee beans money can buy.
This is where our journey really begins. We'll cross this river and then begin hiking to the coffee farm.
Here we are on a tributary of the Amazon, going off to find our trail up into the mountains. You got to go to the right spot.
Easier said than done. Across the river, we meet the men who will guide us on our trek.
Guzman, quiero presentarle a Scott Wapner.
Senor Guzman, mucho gusto. Nice to meet you.
Es un placer.
We look forward to going to your farm.
Guzman Inga Julica is 47 years old, a second-generation coffee farmer. It's his beans that Phil Beatty came all this way to buy.
You got everything?
The trail into Peru's coffee-growing region is treacherous with hidden dangers. The land is controlled by locals who rarely encounter Americans, let alone ones with cameras. Our guides are not taking chances. Our hike to Guzman's coffee farm is gritty, grimy, and grubby. 6 miles, sweat-soaked slog through streams, and mud so sticky and deep you could lose a shoe or your sanity.